Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Welcome back to the Latino Slant. My name is Polly. We have a very special review of the documentary Linda Rondstadt. Why am I doing this kind of like review? Well, besides the obvious as far as a Latino entertainment channel and the fact that Linda is half Mexican from Tucson, Arizona, which is a great cultural connection to so much music, which I'll get into later. Um, my personal connection with Linda is the music of my mother. And growing up, as a little boy, distinctly remember Linda Ronstadt albums being played um, all the time, in the mid '70s. For me and my mom, growing up in West LA, those albums were treasures. And I just remember Linda's powerful voice. I remember my mother singing along to them, and my mother has a great voice as well. So there's a strong connection to our family and Linda Ronstadt. So let's check out a little bit of the trailer and hit you with some information about it. So to say that I highly recommend this documentary is an understatement.
Linda could literally sing anything.
Linda was a very determined woman.
I knew she was going to be a big star.
Linda is such a perfectionist. She's a pain in the ass sometimes. She was the first female rock and roll star.
Try following Linda Rondstadt every night. But people didn't notice the difficulty of being a woman, trailblazing, and having the success of a Mick Jagger.
That's Cameron Crowe.
The rock and roll culture seems to be dominated by hostility against women. What happens is that they lose the ability to focus on themselves as a person rather than as an image, you know?
I've been cheated.
There was a certain amount of banding together with women.
And I just want to read a little bit of the reviews. So yeah, a little bit of information. So it was actually was released in September 2019. It covers the life and career of the singer Linda Ronstadt from her childhood in Tucson through her decades-long career and her retirement in 2011 due to Parkinson's disease. Critics' review captures the life and career of a rock and roll star who never looked back, never apologized, never compromised, virtually never made a wrong move, and made it all seem effortless. The career of a vocalist who sang every kind of song that's ever been made. So I got to see this recently, and I have to tell you guys, I cried twice during this viewing. And I don't know why I hadn't, like I said, I don't know why I didn't see this earlier. Besides it being very well done and chronicling, from the 60s of her first hit with the Stone Ponies, all the way up into her early retirement in about 2010. There's two moments where I lost it. And actually, there was more than two, but I think when she talked about the death of her parents, one being first her mother, and who she wasn't around with, which was a regret in her life, and then two for her father, which, as you know, she did some wildly successful albums in Spanish regarding her father. That moved me. That moved me a lot. And then when she could no longer control the intonations of her singing, of her voice, due to the disease, that really grabbed me. Because literally this was a person who broke every barrier that was in the music industry in regards to being a woman, to being a rock and roll singer, country singer, jazz, pop, Spanish. She did it all, and she did it. She was great at doing it. And then to see some of these other singers, Dolly Parton, Emmylou Harris, kind of break down themselves when talking about the disease that Linda's been living with. So those are some wonderful moments. It goes by very fast. I think for the average fan that's familiar with Linda, you're gonna really get the breadth of her work. I think for Latinos that kind of known who Linda is and who's been a fan, it's kind of like the ABCs, but there's some great connections with the lineage of her family in Tucson, how she's 3 generations, I think now 4 generations, going to her nephew, of this family of singers and composers and performers. I mean, they're legends in Tucson and in Arizona. That was just amazing to watch. There's even some recordings of her grandfather and her father, her, and the Ronstadt family of brothers and nephews. So that was amazing. At the end, and let me just tell you guys right now, this is a spoiler, so you might want to pause this, skip to the end, but the tearjerker scene for me, guys, is I think it was filmed a couple of years ago, 2016, 2017, and she's sitting in what seemingly is the family home, one of the homes in Tucson, with her brother, Peter, and I think definitely her nephew, maybe her nephew's name is Peter, and they're playing a corrido, a Mexican border tune, kind of like our own version of country music, and the melodies are so beautiful, and the nephew is such a great singer. He's on the guitar. I believe his father's on the accordion, and Linda's barely singing a note here and there. And then the nephew finishes singing something just so beautiful, and he's like, was I kind of looking to his aunt Linda, saying, like, was something wrong or something like that, and she's like, no, you sang what I was trying to sing. I wanted to sing your voice, your parts, but I can't. So she takes it's so devastating. It's so devastating because you could see how she wants to hit those notes, but she can't. And it's pretty amazing. So it was a beautiful moment. Linda's gone really full circle, and I know she's doing a lot of advocating for women and she always has been ever since the 70s. She's always been, again, really leading the charge on whether it's kind of like women fronting music in the music industry to bigger issues of nuclear weapons. Back in the day was a big deal, to now just really advocating for rights in the Latino community. I really commend her work, and where this woman's, literally her body's betraying her, and she's not thinking about herself. She's out there, doing God's work, as they say, fighting the good fight. So I highly recommend Linda Rondstadt, The Sound of My Voice. It is 1 hour and 35 minutes. It's rated PG-13. It is a fascinating and fast hour and a half, worth every minute. And you can find it streaming on Prime and other outlets out there. So this is definitely going to want to make you get some Linda Ronstadt albums and maybe listen to her on your streaming as well, which you should. She's one of the greats. So that's my little review. I hope that you dug it. I hope that you are subscribed to the Latino Slant. And if you aren't, please do it now. Please share with me in the comments if you have been a Linda Ronstadt fan. What are your favorite albums? Is there any family connections? Is there an album that your family grew up listening to of Linda's, like I did, like me and my mother did, listening to some of her early music in the 70s? Let us know in the comments below. All right, everyone, that's it for now. Wherever you're at, please keep your slant muy fuerte. Paz.